Good morning and welcome to Michael TV. This morning I want to talk about something called intrinsically disordered. It's a phrase in the Catechism that says basically that homosexual acts are intrinsically disordered. And basically homosexuality is a disorder intrinsically disordered. Now, the problem with this word intrinsically is it suggests a hopelessness. It suggests like nothing can possibly be done. It's beyond God's mercy. It's like if I told you that, your husband or something was terminally ill or your wife. It suggests that, well, medicine can't do anything and it's just a matter of time before he dies. And you see, this word intrinsically has a very great weight attached to it. In many ways, it's an unfortunate word. You see, God's mercy, God's love is there for everyone. Every single soul, every single person can get to heaven. So there's no lifestyle, there's no disorder, if you like, there's no sin, there's no world issue that's beyond God's mercy and that's beyond a way to heaven. And you see, when we look at this teaching like this, we can actually say that the teaching is sort of intrinsically disordered. Because if you've got teaching and doctrine that basically reduce God's mercy and God's grace and increase, if you like, the power of supposed sin, increase the power of evil, increase all these things and create monsters of doom and gloom out of them, well then such a teaching is actually intrinsically disordered. And it's an insult to God's grace, it's an insult to God's mercy. And the reality is that gay or straight, we're all children of God. We're all called to heaven. We're all called to holiness. But like it or not, we've got different paths. And a gay person is not going to turn into a straight person because God hasn't made him to be a straight person. However, just like a straight person, they can be a holy gay person or an unholy gay person. But when we have teachings like this that suggest that unless they're straight, they're intrinsically disordered. Unless they're straight, well, no amount of prayer, no amount of charity, no amount of good living is of any significance. God is just going to spit in their face when he sees it all because they're still rebelling. Well, that attitude is intrinsically disordered. And sadly, it's not officially, if we really read the teaching of the church, it's not officially the teaching of the church, but yet unofficially it is the teaching of the church. All around the world where I've been, when I've told people I'm Catholic, I'm gay, I've been ostracized, I've been marginalized, I've been kicked out. Even in Medjugorje, 2 years ago I think, I went to speak to the bishop because we were getting so abused there. The bishop was being sent over by Rome, Hoser I think is his name, Monsignor Hoser, whatever you say, my lord or whatever, for a bishop, I don't know, I'm not into these terms. But anyway, and myself, Seamus and Tony were in the room and we told him about the abuse we were getting, the hassle we were getting. And he just looked at us and with a smile, he looked at a statue of Our Lady and said, "Oh, why aren't you attracted to women? They're so much more beautiful." Now, this type of attitude is just nonsense. This is just silliness. This is just playing games with people. And this bishop, sent from Rome to be in charge of pastoral care for pilgrims coming to Medjugorje, he just ran away from us. We contacted him again, he didn't want to know. And see, these issues are not going to go away. The church can't pray them away. The church can't just fob people off. The church has to deal with them. The church has to be mature. The church teaching has to evolve. The church teaching is called to evolve. And not evolving and not listening to experience, not listening to people, that is intrinsically disordered. And that actually is intrinsically evil. So thank you for listening. And I do pray that you not be gullible. Pray that you will think and digest the teachings of the church. And especially in this area, realize that the church is a work in progress. Not everything the church teaches is correct. The church, if you like, it's a feedback loop between what it thinks and what it sees in human experience and all these type of things. And the church has an awful lot of work to do in this area. And as people in the church, we need to be humble. We can't run around the place defending doctrines that are wrong. We can't run around the place defending errors, defending what's not true. We have to be humble. And there are lots of fantastic things that the church does and the church teaches that are true, and we should be very proud of them and hold on to them. But areas where the teaching clearly isn't true, clearly isn't helping people, where there's something missing, we have to be humble and say, okay, we need to expand this. We need not be afraid. We need to pray to the Holy Spirit and ask the Holy Spirit to take our hands. And it's too easy to say when there's a mistake to cry, oh, it's Satan, and we're being attacked. No, you're not being attacked. Sometimes it's Jesus is the one that's convicting you. Sometimes it's Jesus is the one that's trying to grow you spiritually. It's not Satan attacking you. It's actually maybe Jesus attacking you because he wants to grow you. He wants to expand you. He wants to grow you out of your narrow-mindedness. He wants to grow you into a fuller understanding of humanity, of people, and especially in this gay area. So today, let us be humble. Let us not blame everything on Satan, and let us not be narrow-minded. Let us seek the Holy Spirit, and let us also listen to people. Let us listen to souls, and let us be humble and hold the hand of Our Lady. Thank you for listening.